Thank you, Angela. I would like now to call Ralph Albert Thomas, number 15, to the podium for invocation.
Good afternoon, and thank you. You know, as a Southerner, given that I grew up in Washington, D.C., below the Mason-Dixon line, I'm going to ask all of you to rise, and if you would, in a true Southern tradition, grab the hand of the one next to you. Giving honor to God, we thank you for this day and the many blessings you have bestowed upon us this day and every day. We thank you for this organization, the National Association of Black Accountants, its leadership, and those 9 individuals who stepped out on faith to lay the foundation for what we now celebrate today, 40 years, one NABA. We thank you for allowing NABA to be a beacon of light for minority accounting and financial professionals, such that it can guide and inspire them in their quest to be the best and brightest and be the future leadership of the profession. We just thank you for this opportunity to be here to fellowship and celebrate 40 years. 40 years of dedicated service, commitment, and steadfastness. We thank you for this meal and those who have prepared it and who are about to partake of it. We ask that you grant us traveling mercies as we depart from this place and return to our respective abodes, so that we may and can be beacons of light to all those we engage in our daily walk. These blessings we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Such a pleasure to be with the family again. A real joy. I want to thank the leadership for making it possible for us to come again and to show a lot of love to one another. I was privileged to meet the 9 founders in December of 1969. Where there was a meeting at the home of Ron Benjamin. I think we met in the recreation area of his home in 1969. And I was extremely pleased to be at that meeting. We moved on into 1970, and we met in other interesting places. Finally, I went to the managing partner of my firm. I was with Arthur Young and Company at the time, the firm that's now Ernst & Young. And I felt we could get some credibility if we were meeting in a place that many of the black accountants who had not come forward would deem to be very, very professional. So I went to the managing partner and said, "Hey, can we use the partners' boardroom for a meeting?" And shared with him what NABA was all about, and he agreed. So that was our first move into the Big 8 firm's premises. Then other members asked if we could use their facilities, such as Price Waterhouse and Pete Marwick, and we began to get NABA on the map. Just would like to share some thoughts with you about the vision of the logo. As we all know, when we're climbing the mountain of success, it's not at all easy. It's a very, very difficult journey. I'm told that there's a story that an elderly woman, in talking with one of the young members of her family, shared some time ago, because there was complaints about it's so hard, it's so difficult. And the one thing she said to him was, when you're climbing the mountains of success, if it was smooth, you wouldn't be able to climb it. And so don't complain that there's a rough side of a mountain. Of course, we, in our experiences, we were not blessed to be able to use an escalator to get to the top of the mountain. We certainly, as a people, have had to climb. My thoughts about the logo was, as you're climbing the mountain of success and you get your footing secure on a plateau, drop a line down to another and pull them up. And as you're climbing that mountain, keep dropping lines down and pulling up others. Because when you get to the summit, if you get to the summit to be a partner or a CEO or a COO or a CFO, when you get to the summit, the winds are fierce on the summit. So as you're climbing that mountain, if you don't drop a line down and pull up others, when you get to the summit and the winds are fierce, you will have no one to throw you a line. So I urge you, and I know many of you do it anyway, just keep dropping those wonderful lines to make the journeys of others so much easier.
Good evening to our good afternoon to our founders, to my fellow past national presidents, to all the legends, to President and CEO Walter Smith, my good friend, my real good friend, COO and Executive Director, partner in crime, Gregory Johnson, and to you fellow NABA members, ladies and gentlemen. It's all, you're challenged when you have an opportunity like this to provide reflections. And you're especially challenged when you come after such a great historian as Bill Aiken in doing that. But I will try to do my best and do it in the time that has been allotted, and it's winding down. But before I start, I just wanted to acknowledge two individuals, two past national presidents who are not here, who have left us and have gone home. And I cite them out because when I first joined NABA and went to my first NABA convention back in 1978, and I've been to every national convention since then. Marion Holmes was national president, and Marion also was very instrumental in getting the NABA national office started with the Cummins engine grant, and that's something that's just truly something that you have to reflect upon. And then the second individual that I wanted to acknowledge was Ron Leverett, because it was during my tenure, my first year as national president, that we lost Ron, that he passed away. And Ron was truly a giant because he is the creator of ACAP and the ACAP program that we know is today. So I hope that you would not forget those two individuals because they're not here, but they're here in spirit and looking down on us and saying, boy, I'm real proud of what has been done. As I said, I joined NABA in 1977, and I mentioned I've been to every convention since 1978, so I consider myself a real NABA trooper. But when I think about NABA, I think about three things. I think about family, I think about training and networking, and I think about resources. NABA is truly a family, and I really mean that. And believe me, you get a lot of things, and one of the things that I've been blessed with is I found my wife in NABA. And for the last 19 years, I've been very blessed to be married to a fellow CPA, my wife, Valerie Thornton Thomas.